point to the back. We're going to attack. When the beat will drop, we will make it hot. No point to the back. We're going to attack.
I'm a curious man with some curious genes. I get that from my dad. I'm not far from the tree. I flow like I'm a butterfly, sting like a beamer. I hate features. Done my running around with my head in the clouds, feeling lost and then found. When they woke up and frowned, tell myself I'm the man. I was right to be left. Now I'm back to myself. To keep on holding you from everything you want. I can see you want to get you want. Who am I to? Who am I? Da 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 da. Who am I? Da 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 da. Who am I to keep
creatures of the night, evil creatures made of light.
We will discover in the end that our worst foe lies within, within. Our worst foe lies within. Our worst foe lies within.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another week of the Belong Arena Clash for Mortal Kombat 11. I am Falcon, also known as Shav, and here is my co-host,
Dante.
the one and only. And we have some really exciting matches up in store tonight. Tonight, we have the semifinals between the last 4 remaining teams in the league. Tonight's matches are going to be between the Tyneside Guardians and the London Lionhearts, who we saw last week as well with a really strong performance. And as we move over here into the bracket, we'll give you a good look at the teams that do remain. So we have the Tyneside Guardians up against the London Lionhearts, and then in the bottom part of the bracket, we have the Bristol Smugglers up against the Teesside Steelers.
So, what was our predictions last time? Because I think I said that the Rams were going to beat the Smugglers. So I was wrong about that.
Yeah, and I thought that the Claymores were going to beat the Steelers as well. So we were both wrong in those two. But in the last week, in the quarterfinals, it seems that, everyone got 2-0'd, really. And now the teams that are moving on forwards, it's going to be a lot more head-to-head and a lot more, I guess, even between all 3 of the players on the teams, definitely don't know how this is going to go. Can't make any predictions on this. We'll just have to see how everyone's playing tonight. And over here on tonight's match, in the London Lionhearts side, we are starting off with Alex. We're going to have TQT, the Sub-Zero and Meme Master himself, followed by Spyware EXE, who plays Cassie Cage and Shang Tsung, as we know, with the Seer as a sub, who is a Sonya Blade player.
Right.
Over on the Tyneside Guardians, we have Metal Queer Solid, who is a Street Fighter player as well, a very, very good one, and followed by Noogie, Sean2 UK, with Codlina as a sub as well. So, I know that you really enjoyed TQT's Sub-Zero last week as well. What do you feel about tonight? Do you think that you're going to be impressed by more of his plays?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
That guy is a beast. But I feel like looking at the scores of what happened, like everyone got too old kind of thing. I feel like that kind of sort of proves what I'm saying about Mortal Kombat being a very momentum-based game. Yeah. Where if you if you lose your momentum, it's so hard to get it back in such a game. And it is just brutal. So that just goes to show that the first few matches must be very, very important. More important.
Yeah, definitely. Because you want to start setting up for the snowball that your team is going to follow through on, right?
Definitely.
So it's really good. I assume that Alex would be starting on the London Lionhearts side, as well as MQS. We'll shorten it down to on the Tyneside Guardian side. And I'd be really interested to see how they play, as MQS, as I did mention before, is a Street Fighter player. I know that he does play Mortal Kombat 11 on the side, and if I'm not mistaken, he does play Garrus. So, we'll have to understand just, how that really translates from coming from a different game that's similar in some respects. It's also a 2D fighting game, so the fundamentals can be similar, and they can translate over to this game too. And see how he's adapted to the in-game mechanics that Mortal Kombat 11 has to offer as well.
What character he plays in Street Fighter as well?
Fang.
Oh, he plays Fang. But he plays Garrus in this game. That's kind of opposites, really, isn't it? Because I'm pretty sure Fang's not that good in Street Fighter. So
I believe he plays someone else as well, and I think that character is Ed. I'm not too sure. Ed, one of the newer characters. And yeah, I haven't really seen too much on what Ed can do. I haven't seen too much Street Fighter 5.
Okay, we're going straight in.
But Alex, I do know that he does play Baraka as well, so he's not opting to go with Scorpion this time around, and we do have MQS over on the Garrus.
So do you reckon this is a matchup pick?
I think that he was going to play Garrus regardless of anything. That was a nice block on the side.
I mean the Baraka pick from Alex.
It's probably due to the fact that Baraka is potentially his most comfortable character. I think that he was playing Scorpion in the last week because he felt like just playing Scorpion. But at this time, it's kind of like, you're in the semi-finals. You can't really afford to drop any of these games. You should just play your most comfortable characters and play them as well as you can.
Definitely, yeah.
And that seems to be the play here. That was a really nice conversion off the down 2 anti-air, but unfortunately drops the ender. Could have gotten some more damage off that.
So as I was talking about, I think the first 3 games are really going to set the tone for what's going to happen in the long run of the whole set.
That is true, but we don't get a crushing blow ender from Baraka over here. There's a lot of damage. That's 32% just
without a crushing blow, he did that damage.
Without a crushing blow, only 1 bar spent. Baraka is definitely a master of doing damage, but Garrus is no stranger to that himself.
Is that Gary's throw, like, is that a different variation that he's using to use that throw, that where he teleports and picks you up and slams
where
you?
he throws you into the sand pit and you come in from above? That's in Variation 2, and that move is only available in Variation 2.
Is it a command throw?
It's a mid grab.
It's a mid grab, so you can block it.
You can block it, yeah. Whereas in Variation 1, the same input is his tackle command for his command grab input, which is a throw.
Bro, that chop to the neck was lethal.
That was a nice
Super
crushing
lethal.
blow that came out from MQS as well. Counter or punish, that sand trap is definitely going to hurt. Doesn't get the grab ender on the 1-1-1 if the last hit of that connects. That's a lot of free damage for Garrus.
What's that flag?
So the flag is a damage buff for Baraka.
All right.
Very mild one. But MQS, let's see what's Oki going into the
So
throw
how
loops.
comes he keeps on getting hit by that grab like so much? He's just not choosing to block. Is that basically why?
So that is actually his throw. That
that was
yeah.
actually
So that's
his throw.
his throw. So yeah, it's just down to Alex not being able to tech the throws, or he wasn't ducking or short hopping or something, just to prevent the throw from actually connecting with him. But a really nice opener with the 1-1-2. Gutted.
By short hopping, tell the viewers what you mean by that.
So short hopping is specific to Mortal Kombat 11. It's similar to what you may have seen in games like Smash Bros, where you get a jump, but essentially at like about a third of the height of a normal jump. It has quicker recovery, and it means that you are throw immune as well. And if you choose to take that option over ducking, then you potentially could make the opponent drop their string as well, as you are counted as airborne instead of just eating a full grounded string. But that was a beautiful tech.
But you can potentially get launched because by doing that.
You can. It is a risk. It's definitely something that pays off in a hard read. But both players with fatal blow. Oh, the forward 4 committed into the fatal blow.
Was that punishable?
It may have been, but I think Baraka's is very
this
tight
is
on
so
the punish.
close.
This is a very close match, but it came down to the jump in. MQS with a really
anti-air.
nice anti-air. Down toed him out of the sky.
Where did he get that glove from, by the way? You know, that
It's like
metal
GTA.
glove.
He just pressed side on the D-pad and it just comes out. He's got that for a while. So Garrus, in that variation, he can charge up the gauntlet as well. And at max strength, that gauntlet, or rather, when you start to level it up, essentially, by adding more sand into it, you are enabling your gauntlet-based hits to do more damage. So things like your down 2 will do more damage in its base form. And then you also have access at the max charge for the crushing blow off the gauntlet as well, which is a huge amount of damage.
That character reminds me of Thanos. Quite a bit. I don't know why.
Oh, Thanos from Marvel.
Yeah,
man. Garrus basically has the Infinity Stones at this point, doesn't he? He does everything in the game. We may as well just give him the Infinity Gauntlet. But
he does remind me of
he's
Thanos
got
quite a bit.
throw loops. Oki. Let's see. Damage, crushing blows. Decent, I guess, zoning / counter zoning potential, or not decent, more than decent.
He just seems like a very good all-round character, isn't he?
He definitely is, but Baraka is also a character I think is quite good. Definitely not in the same level as Garrus, but definitely a solid character, and he hits like a truck.
Would you say he's better than Raiden?
For sure. Unfortunately, Raiden's just one of those characters that needs a bit of love.
Come on, man. They need to buff
Nice tech
Raiden.
on the throw.
Hashtag buff Raiden.
So I like this adjustment from Alex. He started to tech a lot more throws, and he's starting to take safer options against MQS to prevent himself from being punished like he was in the last game. Beautiful block on the up to wake up right there. We're gonna see it into chop chops.
He burnt the bar on it, and it does so much damage.
Into a lot of damage. And there was the attempted.
What? He did that for ages. How did he
tried
do that?
to. So with chop chops with Baraka, you can hold down the button or repeatedly press the button, and you will continue the actual chop duration.
Look at the damage.
Karate chop to the neck, that's 32% for free. That's just for trying to think about pressing a button. Counter or punish, you get crushing blood. Back throw towards the corner. We'll see what Alex does over here with the positioning.
His legs should be hurting after that, bro. That looks painful.
His neck too. Oh, the conversion off the down two. Beautiful stuff from Alex. Right there.
Baraka's combo potential.
Look at that. No hit confirm on the low right there, but a great pickup again.
And it feels like, Baraka's moves, they look like they have good hitboxes for combos. Like, it's hard to
for
drop
sure.
his
And the
combos.
chop chops again. Alex, he just changed that all around. That was 2 rounds straight over MQS.
Wow, so it's a 1-1 situation.
Live and
straight
die
away.
by the chop.
Yeah, man.
You must.
And now it's getting interesting because now it's coming down to who's going to win this last match.
Yeah.
And whoever wins this last match, it does mean a lot for their team. Like,
It's
especially
the first point on the board.
Yeah, and if you can get that momentum going, like say if that same team wins the next match, you know that momentum can carry on in Mortal Kombat. You know that how it goes, bro.
Definitely, your teammates are going to start feeling that hype and that energy, especially after a clutch.
The mix-ups are gonna come out. The weird strats are gonna come out.
This is the time for gimmicks, if you have any, as well. You want to just be using everything in your arsenal, really, because there is no double elimination side at this point. You know, this is if you lose in the grand set between both teams, you're out of
I feel like that's the
tournament.
thing that you should do though, like in tournament, especially if it's not too risky. Test your opponent on what they will defend. If they're not going to defend certain things, you might as well use it.
Yep,
because
use it and abuse it if it works, right?
It's basically free
There's
damage.
the counter on the sand trap, crushing blow right to start things
at
off.
that.
Look at that, almost 32%.
That is sick.
A nice confirm off that 4-2-1-2.
Was that a low? That's a low, isn't it?
It's no, it's a mid.
Oh, that's a mid. The sand trap.
Oh no, the sand trap is a low. I thought you were talking about the 4-2. Sorry.
The sand trap's a low. So what does he have to mix that up with from that range?
Well, nothing.
Nothing. So you just get caught if you're just not blocking low.
Pretty much. But a nice combo, a great conversion over here from Alex.
But the thing is,
Dropped
you have to block with a button in this game.
Jump.
So you have to kind of read that he's going to go for something like that on your wake up, otherwise you probably will get hit.
Oh, the fatal blow, disrespecting. He's like, how dare you try and punish my recovery frames.
Wow.
You are not allowed to. Alex basically just stealing that round.
He stole that off one combo.
Beautiful Baraka fashion.
And one fatal blow. But he doesn't have it for the rest of the match now.
Exactly.
So.
Now MQS has access to one of the arguably strongest fatal blows in the game. About a half screen.
Oh, nice roll. He got out the corner. That's what he needed. Oh, but he's back in it now. He shouldn't have crossed him up. Oh, we got him.
Got caught mashing in between. Or possibly
chopped to the neck. He doesn't burn the bar on it though.
Tried to get the trip guard right there. Nice.
Oh, nice anti-air. Wow, conversion.
Oh, and the conversion. Beautiful stuff.
Conversion and Baraka's combos are just really good. Oh, the Thanos. Oh. Okay, what's Garrus gonna do to?
So he has the sand trap, which he can use on reaction. But
Is he too scared to use it?
Oh, the breakaway! Oh,
wow!
So he just got zoned out.
He got zoned out like Guile
Alex
style.
just took four rounds straight. After that first game, he was like, okay, now I need to know what I.
But he played really well, but it kind of shows like the strength of Baraka as well, because he got a lot of damage off the tiniest little conversions that honestly didn't seem too hard to connect. Like I see a lot of other characters try and make those same kind of conversions, but the hitboxes on their moves aren't like good enough to like make it easy.
It can be a lot trickier, but with Baraka, the hit confirming it is definitely not as intricate as some other characters.
That's what it looks like to me anyway. So but very well played by Alex. He got the conversions. He made the adjustments. Zoned him out at the end. He wasn't zoning the whole match until the end, and it just
more
worked.
would he need to do? He has the life lead. Garrus has already used the crushing blow on the sand trap. There is essentially only 14% that he's got to threaten you with at that range, so you're just going to keep throwing projectiles. It's smart play. Maybe considered lame, but it is the smart play. It's a good strategy to win the match.
Considering Metal Queer Solid plays Street Fighter as well, he actually didn't do too bad against Alex there. He did pretty well. But we've got TQT up next week. We know about this guy. This guy's Sub-Zero is something to be feared. If you do beat this guy's Sub-Zero, it is an achievement. So we'll see how this match turns out. Because if TQT does smoke his opponent like he normally does, it can get a bit rough from this point on. So we will see. But I'm pretty sure this Cassie Cage right here has got something.
Sonya
to
Blade.
say oh, sorry.
Sonya Blade is definitely regarded as one of the strongest characters in the game, if not the strongest.
What? The strongest?
She is very, very good.
So,
well, I don't know if she is the strongest. Some people regard her as the strongest. I consider her a top 3 character.
I suppose, you know, they spent all that money on Ronda Rousey, so they might as well make her top tier.
Oh, blocks the overhead. There's a punish coming out from Noogie right there. Now the Lionheart's Knights have that sub-player, the Seer. The Seer also plays Sonya, so they do have the experience playing against the character. That was a really nice combo from Noogie, and the 50-50s are going to start coming out.
Okay, I'm starting to see why why this character's seen as very high tier, just from what I just saw there.
Oh,
What?
There is a true 50-50 in the corner with Sonya Blade as well, and that crushing blow triggers when the opponent is stand blocking. Oh, there's the punish right there from TQT. Signs of life into the crushing blow.
TQT needs to warm up a bit, man. He seems a bit shaky at the moment against this.
It's definitely
Sonya.
not easy to deal with Sonya if she's already regarded as a character that you don't really necessarily like fighting. But a nice down 2 from TQT right there. He's getting caught by a lot
overhead.
of these 50-50s. So that game was very fast. Now, TQT found himself basically trapped in the right side of the screen a lot more than he would have liked. So I think the play in this situation is really just to hang back. If the Sonya is going to start firing energy ring projectiles at you, you force the trade with your EX Ice Ball or with the Amplified Ice Ball. The Deep Freeze ability that Sub-Zero has access to in Dead of Winter, which is the first variation. But really, that was just down to how well Noogie was able to enforce their game, their mix-ups. Just really keep the opponent smothered, really just asphyxiated by this pressure of not knowing whether they're going to go high or low off that back one. But the back one is a high as well, which is something really important to remember when you're fighting against Sonya, because she doesn't have that mid that she's going to jail you in from to go into the 50-50.
Right.
But the corner is really the last place you want to be. She has
definitely,
a lot of damage and a true 50-50. Energy ring cancels. So we see TQT switch over actually to variation 2. He's going to start playing the other mix-ups. He's got access to the slide now, the air polar axe, and the ice wall. We'll see.
I'd say this is his strongest variation that I've seen him perform with. So
I definitely don't think that he was relying on his own 50-50s enough in that last game. He was committing too much to the forward 2.
He didn't get a chance. Like he was getting attacked too much. He couldn't enforce his own game plan.
And just as I said it before, the back one is a high. TQT using the down 4 to low profile the back one and stop that mix up in its tracks.
Nice overhead.
And just
nice.
This is the play. Noogie doesn't seem to want to use the energy rings as well. I believe they could actually... Now, the icon I'm seeing right here, I can't see the name of the variation, but I think the icon is for No Holds Barred, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
So, no, Noogie is definitely playing Ringmaster. Ringmaster is the one that you want to be playing if you want the energy ring cancels, but I'm surprised to see that they're not really using that to open up space and then start throwing energy rings against a character that doesn't have that projectile destroyer like Variation 1 did for Sub-Zero. No hit confirmed on the back 3, but that is now the crushing blow fully loaded for TQT on the slide.
Nice throw.
And what's good Oki on that forward throw as well from Sub-Zero. Nice block on the overhead. That's what he needed in the last game. Crushing blow.
That was a really good read. Like, he's like, oh, he's going to do the string and then he's going to block low.
Well, the smart thing in the corner is that Sonya gets a really easy launcher off the overhead. So TQT knew that. He knew that if Noogie decided to go with a low option there, he's put into this situation where he has to essentially go into his energy rings and then cancel that flawlessly to get the combo on it. But the easier thing to do is just to do the back 1-2-3 with Sonya, the overhead into the knee launcher, and TQT acknowledged that, blocked the overhead, and then punished him accordingly to take the round.
So he, like, the Sonya player ducked, and like after the string, and was that a big risk? Like, should she have stayed standing? Or
well, I think the moment that you committed to that whole string, it was kind of like a do or die moment, really.
Yeah.
You're playing on the fact that will your opponent really punish you or not? And TQT, I did say that he punished Noogie, but it wasn't technically a punish. It was just
a mix-up.
Yeah, he just lost to the 50-50, really. The overhead into the slide really closed it out for TQT right there.
Oh,
nice
slide
whiff
again.
punish with the slide.
So we're seeing more lows now since he finished him off with the overhead.
Definitely, he's just frustrating Noogie. If he was like, okay, I'm going to play the 50-50 game and the mix-up game, TQT just thought to himself that he's going to do the same thing back. And he's just going to overwhelm Noogie with a series of mix-ups that he doesn't know how to defend against, and that's a very smart play.
Oh, the roll backwards, though.
Especially against a player who's playing Sonya Blade, but not really utilizing the zoning capabilities that they have to offer. But TQT, he's just turning this entire thing around. It's like what was happening with Alex as well in the first game.
They're taking the one match to download, and then you know, they figure out their style a little bit, and then in the final match it just looks like a
nice anti-air, beautiful jab there. Into the forward throw, escape failed. The next back throw from Sub-Zero is gonna hurt.
I think like the biggest thing really is like the throws that TQT's landing, because like before he was landing the throws, like he was actually getting
nice block on the overhead.
He's actually getting kind of overwhelmed like this.
Yeah, so this is the game you don't really want to play, right? When Sonya has you in the corner, you don't have any defensive bars.
He needs to roll out. I think he should roll out. Wow.
He doesn't have the defensive bars for the roll. Another whiff down 2. He's just pressing it a moment too early.
He just got the bar.
It's the second time he's tried to anti-air.
Final round right here.
But it is, as you said, it's going to come down to this last round. The overhead into the ice.
Wow,
slide.
Little down jab into the overhead and it works. No, the project. Oh, nice straight slide. Under it. Okay, it's getting tense right now. Anyone can have this match.
Oh, gets clipped by the jump-in punch, so the grab did whiff.
Oh, the grab again. This is what I'm saying.
He still has that back throw crushing blow.
He went for the overhead.
That could be dead. That's
wow.
dead. TQT, really, I love the way he holds on to that slide, the amplified crushing blow slide, right for those final moments, so he can force you into a mix-up where you are forced to guess. If you lose on that 50-50, if you guess wrong, then you're eating over 300 damage. That's over 30% of your life, just for 2 simple things.
That's Mortal Kombat, bro.
That was really, really good adaptation as well from TQT.
2-1 again, clutched out by the London Lionhearts. So, I don't know whether it's going to be one of those ones where the London Lionhearts just figure them out and then they can just start winning the matches even more dominantly, or the Tyneside Guardians start figuring out the London Lionhearts later on down the line.
Yeah, I mean, it could flip on its head right now, right?
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. So right now, this is very interesting.
This is going to be a very important match that we have coming up as well between Spyware EXE and Sean2 UK, because if Spyware wins, that puts Lionhearts into a very favorable position where they have then 3 points over the Tyneside Guardians. That means that everyone on their team has taken a set on the opposing team's players as well. It will go into a format where they start playing against each other as well, like, or different players of the opposing teams. But really, you don't want to be in a situation where you're 3-0 down against the enemy team, because then team morale starts to take a hit as well. I don't think that anyone in Tyneside was free in either of those games. I think that everyone played well. It's just coming down to the adaptations made by the Lionhearts and the ability to overcome those adaptations from Tyneside
and just those clutch like reads in you know what I mean, those clutch 50-50s have been paying off, and like it seems like to me that the London Lionhearts have been in the clutch a lot. Like maybe they play a lot of ranked, maybe they play in tournaments, I don't know, but they seem comfortable when it comes down to the wire. Beautiful
anti-air. I'm actually really happy to see Spyware play Cassie. I'm a big fan of his Cassie cage. And a beautiful anti-air as well with the jab. And we have Sean2 UK over here on
Nice throw. That was kind of like a whiff punish throw.
It was. And Spyware is really going to just play the lane game, just force Sean2 UK to squirm, really. That was a beautiful anti-crossover with the jab as well.
All I'm seeing is that robot, man. That's cheating, man. That robot is lasering people.
They're not throw immune, though. So it's another thing. It's still a risk when you're taking... when you're choosing to take the roll.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful spacing as well to force that string to whiff. Clipped by the down 2, and Sean2 UK just throwing the spin out there.
Oh, that would have been a nice combo. Just about. Was a bit early on the kick, I think.
Spyware playing really patient. A beautiful back 3 to anti-air. That glow kick working wonders as an anti-air tool as well. Oh, respecting the Z-Hat. Back 3 again. You are not allowed to jump at Spyware every single time that Sean2 UK is in the air.
Oh, nearly
punished. The back 3 traded with that string, actually. And you see he went for the anti-air as well on the teleport. On the teleport, every single time that Sean2 UK is in the air, Spyware is all over him.
What I've noticed is there's been no messing about. There's been no mercies. There's been no fatalities. They just want to win the matches and get on with it. And to be honest, I do actually. I like that style. It shows that they're taking it seriously this time.
Yeah, they really want to make Insomnia.
They know that their opponents are strong, and they need to just win and just get to the finals.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? They can't mess about
that is the checkpoint, right? They're at that stage now where if they win this, they are going through to Insomnia. You know, Insomnia Land Festival that's coming up later this month in Birmingham at the NEC, and it's going to be really exciting because we're going to have the two teams, which is also including the winner of Bristol and Teesside. And both of those teams will be playing against each other at Insomnia on the stage finals. They're really hungry for it. They really want to go over there, represent London. They want to play everything out, feel that rush. But
it would be the worst thing now, like, say if they mercied and then lost their momentum.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be the worst thing.
Worth playing that game, right?
Yeah. It would be it would be like so bad for them.
Right from the beginning, Sean2 UK caught pressing buttons, clipped by the forward 2, grab into the crushing blow. Beautiful anti-air again by Spyware. And we'll see what adjustments Sean2 UK can make. I think one of them definitely is to try and play more of a grounded game. Spyware has been anti-airing consistently almost every single time that Sean2 UK is in the air.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It's a lot of free damage that you're just giving them. But a back throw into the corner, see what they go for, but the neutral jump does get caught by the down 2. Anti-air beautifully. Spyware definitely just playing on point right now. They're setting up as much dominance as they can right in the beginning.
I feel like this is one of the best performances I've seen Spyware do. Like, he's just playing really well. Like, he's on point with most of his offense.
Yeah,
like, look
caught
at that.
by the low as well, forcing the breakaway. The low again into the corner combos. Oh, gets
like he's getting a few drops, but the main thing is that he's getting the hits in the first place.
Yeah. Just the overall percentage of hits that he's connecting, beautiful every
nice
single
conversion.
time
Wow.
Sean2 UK is in the air.
Into the down 2. What a conversion, man.
That did a lot of damage right out the gate.
That started from a jab out of the air, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then he just converted straight into the down 2.
Spyware with an incredibly dominant 2-0 over Sean2 UK, but Tyneside are definitely not out of this.
They're not out of it, but
it's only very small things that they seem to be, or very small mistakes that they seem to be making. That in turn, the Lionhearts are just capitalizing on those mistakes.
I do feel like, though, in a game like Mortal Kombat, especially now being 3-0 down, it is hard for them to come back. I reckon it's going to be very hard, but it doesn't mean that they can't, because Metal Gear Solid and Noogie did do very well in their matches. They just got clutched out at the end. So if I reckon these few matches that are going to happen now are the decider. It's going
to be player matchup based, isn't it?
It's not going to be the decider, but like, I reckon if they can get some wins under their belt now, even if they don't win the whole series, it will be more hope for them in the next series. But if they lose these next 2 matches, then I feel like it's going to be a rough one. So we'll see what happens.
That's true. We'll have to see how every player faces off against each other individually as well. We're going to have Noogie up against Alex over here. Alex back on the Baraka pick, as we saw earlier, and Noogie on their patented Sonya Blade.
Noogie's onto him, though.
Absolutely mixing the ever-loving crap out of Alex.
Wow.
Right, that was nearly a flawless.
That did a lot of damage.
And Sonya is definitely no stranger to doing a buttload of damage. A nice poke as well from Alex. Great block on the overhead right there. No punish.
Wow, rolled under the...
tried to get the conversion.
What? He rolled under the fireball. Why? Twice. You can just do the roll like standing up. You can just do the roll.
No.
Did my eyes deceive me then?
I think your eyes deceived you.
So he didn't just roll under those projectiles.
I think I just saw him do wake up roll like once, but I can't even remember now. I'm confused.
Bro, he rolled under that projectile, man.
Coming through Noogie over here. And they do have access to Fatal Blow. Literally any other touch, an opener into Fatal Blow could kill.
Oh, nice.
That one was a butt clencher right there. I mean, I felt that.
A butt
Alex,
clench.
full clench. Alex must have been sweating real hard over there with those blade sparks just about catching before the fatal blow connected with them. A fake out on the last hit of that string. I didn't even know that was possible. Sick stuff from Noogie.
Oh, gets clipped though. Oh, the roll caught him.
Jumps
the roll,
over
though.
the throw. Didn't want to get thrown into the corner. Betting it all. Oh, beautiful
Ooh,
blocks from Alex right
got
there.
clipped by the low
The
launch.
Ultra Instinct blocks.
That does so much damage though.
Into the back two. The back two is unsafe. Beautiful blocks again.
The overhead. Okay, fatal blow on deck for Kasike. No, Sonya, sorry.
Sonya Rousey.
Sonya Rousey. It would have been.
This is bad.
Wow.
This is, oh, he committed! He committed!
The punish! The
He
punish!
tried to
was
suss
sick.
him out with a neutral jump into the fatal blow, and Alex is like, nah.
That was sick. He didn't bite. He didn't get clipped by the kick. And then he saw the fatal blow. He's like, I'm going to punish you for that straight away. That was one of the best punishes I've
That
seen
was great.
all season.
It's just you are not allowed. Now, Sonya Blade and Baraka have fatal blows that are very, very fast, I think. They're ones that make you kind of flinch. They're very, like,
so it can catch
advancing
you off
very
guard.
quick. Yeah, they can definitely catch you off guard.
But I feel like Alex knew.
He probably did, but the risk that was taken by Noogie probably wasn't worth it.
It wasn't
Because
worth
It was
it.
the neutral jump straight into the fatal blow.
It wasn't worth it at
everything
all.
on that neutral jump connecting so that the fatal blow would combo. But with Sonya in the corner, you can force a 50-50, and any one of those touches into fatal blow
The thing is,
is game.
I've watched a lot of high level matches, and a lot of players take risks when they don't need to. A lot of players do that. Even players that you wouldn't expect to do it because of how high level they are, and they actually do it. And you have to be on point enough to punish that risk that they took.
That is true.
And that's why I love seeing things like that. Like
An open mind in fighting games. Truly, I wonder. Beautiful blocks as
Okay,
well.
so-
Alex is like in Noogie's head right now. He's not getting opened up by any of these
that
mix-ups.
combo ender does a lot of damage,
A lot,
bro.
yep,
It's
it
not
does.
even funny, and it's very consistent as well.
That it is. The chop chops are definitely one of the
One of the
more
most
favorable
consistent-
enders in this
Yeah,
game
yeah.
for your combos.
But
Into that reverse
Kasike, Sonya Blade is no slouch on damage.
Definitely
he went
the
for it
raw
again.
fatal blow.
He didn't punish it again though.
Oh, Alex got clipped by the
Knee
low,
to the head.
and because he was stand
Oh.
blocking, the crushing blow actually took the round. Noogie clutched it out with literally a pixel of health right there.
That knee was absolutely filthy.
Now an escape failed on Alex's part. Beautiful air-to-air. Not allowed to neutral jump on him. And using the back
You see the
three.
footsies? Did you see
That
the
was
footsies there?
beautiful. He did
Oh, he
use the
missed
back
it.
three. Now, one thing Alex hasn't been doing is using the gutted crushing blow as well in extended combos. There's a lot of damage that you could be potentially making the opponent eat. A lot of damage over time as well, and it is worth cashing out on that at some point. You know, I'd like to see him use that at some point during one of these games.
Yeah, definitely.
He didn't have the meter there to extend the
Noogie's
combo.
looking strong this match, but he needs
Again,
to clutch out this
locked.
round. And as I say, he needs to clutch out the round. He gets fatal blow.
Now, I don't think this will kill.
It's not gonna kill.
It won't kill.
But it's going to be a bad position for him.
Now, this is also dangerous for Alex.
Is he going to risk it though again? Is he going to risk
Interactable.
it?
Oh.
Wow, the double fireball.
It was just the option to jump from Noogie over there. Definitely
He
laid
was
him
going to
out
have
get
to
clipped
eat.
by that.
He was going to have to eat chip.
Now we'll see. Oh, nice throw escape as well. Great confirm
Nice.
on that stray hit from Noogie into the 3-3.
Noogie definitely needs this round right here.
Oh, a big whiff on the 1-3-4 from Noogie. Alex instantly acknowledging
Oh,
that.
the flag's down. You don't
Now,
want
using
that
the
flag
stand
down.
4 into flag when he knew that Noogie was going to use the breakaway is so clever. Just get yourself that damage buff. Don't even bother about anything else. You know that he
throw.
can't punish you. Now, I don't think we're going to see a crushing blow in that throw because Alex got the throw tech. And I think the throw tech eliminates.
Oh, got him with the low right in that string. Unlucky. And yeah, no
It's
fatalities.
really back and forth now, isn't it? But all these games have been really back and forth. Noogie making the adaptations that he needed to take that game on Alex. But, you know, it's really just down to the wire in all of these. It's kind of hard to gauge just how these matches will go, because Sonya Blade is a strong character, but with a character that only has highs to come at you, or no, like, reliable mids, I guess, to enforce her 50-50 game, which is what Nugi seems to be favoring a lot, Baraka's a character that can disrespect that. He can stay outside of the back one range, for example, and start using down twos. He can start using, in the first variation, Marauder, he has access to extended pokes as well. He's got his down forward 3, his down forward 1, where the blade in his arm extends the poke. So he can use a lot of these things to really just frustrate the Sonya, but we haven't really seen Alex use these. A lot of the time, he is just capitalizing on Nugi's habits more than anything, acknowledging when he wants to jump. Like if he knocks you down in the corner, he's probably going to neutral jump to try and jail you into a mix-up. But Alex doesn't let that fly. He either down twos him or
maybe
goes for the
maybe that might be a teller that he's not like too like experienced in the Sonya matchup, but like he's like experienced that, you know, playing against players of this sort of playstyle, Nugi's playstyle. Maybe.
It's definitely a difficult playstyle to fight.
Oh, caught him.
Fighting a bit early over there, trying to punish the chop chops. Alex holding it really cleverly. And a down two on that jab. Roll forward, gets clipped by the overhead. The jump in one, those jump in are an overhead.
Oh, the end, and you know that's damage.
Oh,
threw him out of the roll.
Straight out that roll. And that will create a bit of space. Really smart stuff from Alex right there. So if he was any closer, he would have been clipped by the fatal blow potentially as well.
If you roll and you get thrown, can you actually tech it, or is it guaranteed?
You can. It's a punish on the roll.
Alright. Okay, so we've got zoning wars here.
And Alex does have the life lead over here. I know he does. He does now. I was gonna say I don't think he does really.
Nice conversion. Like you converting him out of the air into a standing state. Like
opting to spend the bar as well. Escape failed in Alex's part. Nugi looking to really just apply all the pressure that he can over here. I think that was a wake-up roll that tried to come out.
Final round again.
That air to air was sick. That was a hard call out from Alex right there with the back three.
This is damage.
This is a lot of damage into the fatal blow. There it is.
Wow, come on. That's really bad for
This is a lot. This is going to kill.
Is it going to kill?
This is going to kill. That is
way.
Alex, you...
That was 45%.
And that sucks for Nugi because he did not have the defensive bars to do the breakaway.
Wait, that was 52%?
That was, just a bit over 52%. 523 damage, I think it was. And honestly, Alex he knew what to do, and capitalizing on the fact that Nugi did not have the breakaway. He did not have the 2 bars of defensive meter. And he made him eat over half his health for it. A simple combo into an extension with a bar into a fatal blow.
That's so unlucky for Tyneside though, because Nugi was actually playing really well, and it's just draining that they've played well so many times and still haven't clutched out one win yet.
Well, it's coming down to, it could be nerves as well. It could be anything. It's really down to those really, really intense moments.
But it's like
where both players are sweating in those final instances.
Small mistakes
habitual
are like 50% is happening, like the tiniest thing. Oh, you jumped. What's his jab?
Habitual
conversion.
errors. Things like jumping. I find myself jumping when I really don't mean to be. It's like you're not actively thinking about jumping, but in that situation, you will get blown up for it. Like making jumps that can be obvious. If a person is spacing you out by shimmying back and forth at a certain range, they're probably waiting for you to jump so they can anti-air you. And it's really just down to the mental discipline and restraint to stop yourself from doing that. That's down to hitbox
from behind.
What the heck?
What was that?
Netherrealm cops, please. Gets clipped by the low in the Z-hat. That was interesting. But a beautiful punish on the teleport right there. Back 1-4 into Ice Ball. Simple stuff. TQT just keeping him in the corner. Gonna go for the back 3. Oh, he does drop the combo, but just goes for the standing 2 into the reset and then just goes for the forward grab. We'll have to see how Shantu UK handles this matchup. We do have the names are the wrong way around just this moment, but they will get switched over. And right now, Shantu UK with the life lead going into the throw. One more hit is going to do it for him and close out this round.
Wow.
Beautiful spacing on the hat toss right there.
Spaced him out, man. That was nice.
Okay, and we do have the names switched over for you. And so TQT, beautiful spacing right there, using the EX Ice Ball, or the Deep Freeze rather, to just really get the catch on Shantu UK throwing that hat.
That
Such a
feels so
satisfying throw to watch.
sick. Yeah.
Up three from TQT.
Especially when the brutality happens.
That was a sick throw tech, and then the amplification on the dive kick, unfortunately whiffing right there for Sean2 UK. But a great combo coming out. It's like he's just woken up. He's just playing like a totally new person after his game with Spyware.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful throw tech again.
But I think we've seen this matchup before, and it didn't go well for Sub-Zero. I think we've seen this matchup before.
So TQT just needs to really be in. Whoa, the raw fatal blow probably
Punish.
Probably thought he was going to press a button.
Nice punish there, I think.
Now, there's a really strong strategy that TQT isn't really using. I'm surprised that he isn't using with Variation 1, Dead of Winter, which is when you get your combos into the freeze, you do a jump in into back 1-4, back 3-2, or into standing 2, or anything that gives you a significant frame advantage, and then force a 50-50. So
Yeah.
it's a restand into 50-50, into restand into 50-50, into restand into, you know, potentially a throw or an Oki situation or something like that. And it's hard, very, very difficult for the opponent to deal with that because the restand into the 50-50s are also unbreakable.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not airborne for any of that.
But we've seen this before where, you know, they lose one match and they see what they lost to, they adjust to it, and then they bring it all the way back. So
Yeah.
can TQT do it once again, or are Tyneside gonna clutch out their first set? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to actually see how that goes. You know, I think that TQT probably will. He is probably thinking about switching to Variation 2, which might not really be the best decision against Kung Lao. Just because if Kung Lao is throwing out Z-Hat, he's got potential dive kicks on deck. You can kind of just wait it out and then just he has switched to Variation 2. I was gonna say the amplified ice ball is definitely like the good thing to use if he starts throwing hats at you. The teleports as well can be dealt with just by creating space. But TQT seems to really wake up as well when he's playing Variation 2. I know that he does prefer it. So he probably uses Variation 1 just to kind of get an idea of how the opponent plays and then forces them to play against something different straight away afterwards, which can overwhelm them.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll have to see how he does in this match. A beautiful crossover right there to stuff that down 2 on Wake Up.
And you can see the damage difference between, you know, like Sub-Zero and
Clipped by
Baraka.
the spin right there. Yeah, Baraka definitely hits like a truck. He committed to that overhead into the fatal blow. Not sure I agree with that slide again. TQT definitely playing
nice
a bit flustered right here. Sean2 UK holding it down for the Tyneside Guardians, showing that they're not out of this. They definitely have that life left in them.
This is last chance for TQT.
And now he needs to win both of these games for the Lionhearts to go up 1-0 in this entire set. Beautiful trade with the ice ball, catching the Z-Hat, ending it in the slide.
If I remember rightly, I think the only person TQT's lost to yet is, was it Heroes?
It was Heroes and Z, yeah. That we've seen anyway on stream.
Yeah, that we've seen on stream.
And a beautiful conversion, Sean2 UK.
Oh,
Putting a lot of damage out there.
UK.
Into the 2-1. 2-1-2.
Trying to clutch out the first win.
And the overhead into the fatal blow. I think this is going to take the round. This is a lot of damage. It is pretty unscaled. It's going to do a lot of damage, about 360 something.
No
there we go.
way.
Almost
That
37%.
That's such a robbery.
I made that read. 367 damage. Heck yeah. Anyway. So, Sean2 UK probably, you know, feeling a bit of relief because TQT was forced to use his fatal blow in that round. And there was actually a big wasted opportunity right there on the punish.
The adjustment.
Now he has the back throw. Beautiful tech as well. And then anti-air. TQT is now warming up the engine. Escape failed again. The back throw is going to hurt. Will he go for it?
Is Sean going to slip up at the last hurdle? Is he going to slip up at the last hurdle?
Oh, and there it is. That is game. The 4-2 slide right at the end.
How did TQT win that match?
He frustrates his opponents. That he is playing thin ice in a way that is utilizing the slide so well because he's playing such a simple game plan with Sub-Zero and he's making it work because of the threat of the slide. Even though it is so unsafe, he's able to threaten you with the slide.
Of course, it's always a threat because it's a low launcher basically from a very far range.
It's just that when he's already got the crushing blow loaded up, if you eat another slide from that situation, or if you guess wrong in a 50-50 in that situation, it's very damaging because that's over 30% of your health.
Especially when,
away.
especially when you know he might as well spend the bar. Like there's probably some times where he probably doesn't want to spend the bar because he's saving
I
it
think
for
it's
something
it's the only viable thing that Thin Ice Sub-Zero really has access to with his meter, with the offensive meter anyway. So
so if you've got the bar, you just burn it anyway.
If you have the
every
bar, you
time.
may as well burn it on the slide for the extra damage. But it does reposition, so often at times you can lose corner positioning over it.
Right. Yeah.
It's really down to what you think is situationally best.
Yeah.
Final game between these two players. TQT needs one more, so he
Oh,
needs to
see?
win 2 rounds
Slide. The adjustments
for the for
TQT?
Lionhearts to go up 1-0, and Shrontu UK is going to have to win this one to put the Tyneside Guardians on the map, and then take it to 4-1 and open up more of an opportunity for his team.
The zoning.
Oh,
like-
that was beautiful spacing, but misses the punish. Gets the throw tech, so no harm. And the slide. He acknowledged that he was just out of range. Really smart stuff from TQT, forcing the trade on the ice ball right there. And he's going to spend the bar to close out the round. Oh, it doesn't kill. But
Wow.